I hope you brought your drink and your opinion because it's time for the Just Thembi Show.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Just Thembi Show. Hey! I'm keeping it cute today. I'm just having a little wine. It's technically a port. I love me a port wine. You know, it's just a little bit stronger, a little bit sweeter, right balance of both. Mind you, the other day was Cinco de Mayo, and it was on a Tuesday, and you know what I did? I was in the house on Cinco de Mayo and Taco Tuesday. That's the day some of us have been training for our whole lives, and I spent it in the house doing absolutely nothing. So I can't believe that moment passed me by, and it's going to be like another several years before we have Cinco de Mayo and Taco Tuesday on the same day, and I'm over it. But next time I will be ready. Tequila shots will be popping and tacos will be dropping. So I went to see The Devil Wears Prada over the weekend, and it was cute. I'm not fully mad at it. Before I went to see it, I was anticipating not enjoying it. Because you guys know sometimes with sequels, they don't do what they're supposed to do and it just doesn't hit as hard. Granted, the first one is still the better one, but for a sequel, I'm not mad at it. It was cute. So you guys should go check it out if you haven't already. It also made me realize, and I always talk to my sisters about this because they call me out every single time, but I have not watched a lot of what would be considered classics or must-watch TV. So I need you guys to help me help myself and recommend any movie or TV series that is an immediate must-watch right now, no questions asked. So I'll give you some context and list off a few things that I haven't watched. Do not judge me. This is a no judgment zone. I'm already letting you guys know I have not watched a lot, but a few of those movies I haven't watched include The Titanic, The Notebook, Boys in the Hood, Martin, I know. Clueless, I know. I feel the judgment, but I know. Forrest Gump, Step Brothers, Grey's Anatomy, and I'm a Shonda Rhimes girl. Scandal, How to Get Away with Murder, I'm all over that, but I haven't seen Grey's yet. American Gangsta and Training Day, the Denzel Washington movies, which until recently I thought were the same. Breaking Bad, I've heard good things about Breaking Bad. Game of Thrones, I know, that was a big one, apparently. Any of the scary movies, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Coach Carter, Pretty Woman. Someone made a reference when I did the Raven Simone interview that I was wearing the Pretty Woman dress. Didn't even know what that meant, but now I have to watch the movie. And I'll let you know right now, do not recommend any of these because I'm not gonna do it. Star Wars, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Twilight, Game of Thrones. Ew. None of those, not into it. I don't like vampires. I don't like fake stuff. Like too much fiction going on there and I'm not into it. And I know those are big ones for a lot of people, but I have zero interest. That said, I do know references though. I haven't watched a lot of things, but I know the cultural reference. Like I know in Forrest Gump, they say like, run Forrest, run Forrest. I also heard that in a Drake song.
Go Forrest, run Forrest, go Forrest.
I know in Clueless, I haven't watched that, but they go as if. Friday, I haven't watched that one, but they have Bad Felicia, that's where that came from, and like Debo. I don't know what Debo did, but I know there's Debo. What else do I know? I know in the Titanic, there's like the girl's name is Rose and the guy's name is Jack. And everyone is upset because they could have both fit on the thing when the boat sank. I don't know what it was, but they could have both fit and people don't like that. She didn't make space for him. I know that. So I'm not completely lost, guys. I know references and I know where they belong and how people use them. So you gotta at least give me that. On the flip side, I'll give you a quick overview of what I have watched so you don't waste your time suggesting those. And I feel like I've watched the most important things, you feel me? Some of those things include Legally Blonde, hello Elle Woods, love her, Miss Congeniality, all the Bring It Ons, Mean Girls, White Chicks, Princess Diaries, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. I love anything Kate Hudson and I love anything Bruce Willis, mind you. Bend It Like Beckham, If You Know You Know. Parent Trap, one of my favorite movies ever. I've watched Fresh Prince, One-on-One, The Game. Hello. Who can play that game? Set it off. Guys, I've watched some things. Guys, I finally watched Selena and I'm obsessed. Oh, by the way, I've watched all the J-Lo movies. Coming to America, Best Man Holiday, Best Man the series, Law and Order SVU, Olivia Benson, that's my girl. I watched Love and Basketball and I had a friend in high school who was obsessed obsessed with the movie and I hadn't watched it at the time. She's like, I can't believe you haven't seen it. It's so romantic. It's so good. Fast forward, I finally watched the movie. I was looking for the romance the whole time. There is nothing romantic about that movie. Like, he did not like that girl, and I need you guys to stop acting like that's a romantic movie. Anyway, and lastly, my big 7 that I watch in rotation over and over and over again, and which is probably why I haven't seen some of the other ones, include Friends. I haven't watched Living Single. I know I'm a Friends girl, but I will one of these days give Living Single a chance because people say they copied Friends. That Friends copied Living Single, so I'll have to check it out. But yes, my big 7 are Friends, Modern Family, Power, Scandal, Suits, Desperate Housewives, and Sex and the City. If you want to have an idea of what I like, all of those things will give you some insights. Long story short, if you guys could recommend any movie or TV series that you feel as though I should get to watching immediately, let me know in the comments right now. And if there's anything that stands out as most recommended, I will watch that first and I'll let you guys know my thoughts. Whew, I feel like I could finally get that off my chest and be honest with you guys. But now that that's out of the way, I'm going to give you my take on a few things I saw that crossed my timeline this past week in 90 seconds or less. Hit it. Bhad Baby popped out on the timeline with a new hairstyle and I am here for it. She looks cute. It's giving Amber Rose for sure, but the look actually really suits her. I'm not mad at it, Bhad Baby. Go on with your bad self. Everyone's dragging Tyla for explaining the awkwardness between her and Rihanna at the Met Gala. And I just feel like damn if she did, damn if she didn't, because people were already dragging her for looking awkward to begin with, and then she explained why, what the reasoning was, and they dragged her again. This was her explanation.
Basically, everyone knows I love Ree. So I met her last year, and she was cool. I met her, but I think she was occupied because she was like, I went up to her, I was like, oh, hey, she was like, hey, my baby dad is calling me. And then she left. And I was like, oh, maybe she was busy. So I don't know. I felt awkward. What the heck? I felt awkward. I don't know how to say hi. If I feel like someone's busy, it's like, So this time, I was waiting for my car and she was right there. And I was, yeah. So this time, yeah, I don't want to go up because I felt like she was busy, you know what I mean? And the last time she was busy. So I want to, like, when we do speak, if we do end up speaking ever, I want it to be, like, calm. So we both can just, vibe and talk nicely.
I mean, I can't see why people are like, Tyla, please. But I also feel like everyone is just always on the Tyla hate train. And it's time to get off that train. Like, leave that girl alone. She's cute. She's doing what she does. She's, living her best life. And I'm not into the Tyla hate train. I'm here for her. There's something called the Hanta virus, and I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood, like, figure that out. Keep it on the boat. I think they've already let some people off the boat, but it's apparently very, like, contagious or very, like, sickly, problematic. It's giving COVID 2.0, and I do not have the time for COVID 2.0. COVID took out some of the best years of my life, and I'm not doing that again. I'm just not doing that again. Give us a break. Jamie Foxx is expecting a baby with his girlfriend, the white one. He is 56 years old though, so having money must be nice. Or maybe it's being a man. Or it has to be the combination of both, because having a baby at 56 when your youngest is like early 30s, late 20s.
Okay, my bad. I totally meant his oldest is 32 and his youngest is 17. But either way, it seems like he clearly likes having kids 16 years apart. And on that note, restart the clock.
And now you gotta have a baby and start all over? Congrats to Jamie and congrats to him for being at a point in life where you can just do that and it not really be an issue. Dua Lipa is suing Samsung for using her face on their TV boxes. And you guys want to know how much she's suing them for? $15 million. And honestly, she might have a case on her hands. Apparently, she says no one asked her permission, no one told her, and no one paid her to do it. Samsung is claiming that they did have permission from a third-party content partner. Now, I just feel like this was such an avoidable mistake. Like, Samsung has way too much money and way too many resources to be making mistakes like this. Like, how are you just gonna use someone's likeness and put it on your TV boxes to sell some TVs without making sure the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted? And listen, not only is Miss Dua asking for 15 million, she's asking for a percentage of every TV sold. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. Dua, get your coin. And honestly, if you need witnesses, I will be a witness. I will be like, Your Honor, I wasn't even gonna buy the TV until I saw Dua's face on it. That's what made me buy the TV. I'll take the stand for you. But that's it for my take, guys. Comment and let me know what yours is. Also, unrelated, but is everyone ready to stop fake hating Drake now? I think it's time, guys. Like, come on. Like, I'm so ready for a summer banger. I'm so ready for the comeback. I'm ready for Drake to do what Drake does. My man, he lost the battle. He lost the battle. Hey, we're objective over here. But he doesn't have to lose the war. So I hope that he gives us something. We actually have, in my opinion at least, we haven't had a summer banger since Not Like Us. The irony, but we haven't had one since Not Like Us. And the last time we had before that was most likely a Drake track. So Aubrey, run it up. Like, I'm ready. Like, let's get back to business, guys. And everyone, I think, it's time that you stop fake hating the guy. They not like us. What? Still a Bapiana, but we're not gonna act like Drake isn't Drake, and I'm so ready. Aubrey, it's time. Save us. Alright, mi gente, it's about that time again. It's time for Ask Thembi, where I answer some of your questions you send in for advice, anything you have questions about, and where I tell you what you need to hear and not what you want to hear. So let's get into it. The first question comes from Looking Eyes, who says, what is the appropriate amount of time to not speak to someone you're seriously dating? I mean, if we're not speaking, we're not dating. It's kind of that simple for me. If you're asking how many days are appropriate to go by before, you talk to your partner, if you're seriously dating, 0. Like, I don't know. I'm interested to hear everyone's take on this. Not saying you have to talk all day, every day, but if you're in a serious relationship, you have to at least check in at some point. Even if it's just like, good morning and I have a good day, or just check in on you, thinking about you, or if you don't talk throughout the day, hope you had a great day, have a good night. Like, something. Like, you have to have some type of check-in or touch base at least once a day. Is that crazy? And mind you, I'm saying this as a very busy woman, okay? So I totally get it. Life happens. Things, get in the way. People are busy, but you have to check in, point blank, period. And if you don't, there has to be a viable reason. Like, maybe you are traveling on a 18-hour flight and there's no Wi-Fi. Even then, 18 hours is not a full day, okay? So you can check in. Or, just maybe you're in the hospital. Those are the times that it's okay not to check in. But I think on a regular day-to-day basis, you have to check in. And at the very least, if you don't communicate one day, you have to be touching base first thing that next morning. Like, within the first few hours of the day before afternoon. At least. Can we agree on that? What's you guys' take on that? Our next question comes from MZ, who says, how do I get my confidence back? I used to post a lot when I was away from my country, but when I got back, my confidence went from 100 to 0. Everyone loved my content, but these days I'm not posting. MZ, I feel you, girl or boy. Listen, posting is such a hassle, but I think that we need to first get to the root of why you feel as though you've lost your confidence. Start there. Work backwards, figure out how did we get there, and then we can tackle the things to bring back the confidence, right? But when it comes to posting, it's a hassle. It can be time consuming. It's not as easy as people think it is, and it's a hassle. It's very easy to lose consistency and to lose momentum with something like that. I totally get it. I'm there like every other day. But I feel like the key here is tackling what made you lose the confidence to begin with and bringing those things back. Like, is it a mental thing, an emotional thing, a physical thing? If it's mental, take the time until you're feeling better and all there, to be honest. Don't force it. If it's physical, meaning either you're personal aesthetic or your space aesthetic, I promise you people don't care. It's easy to think about, oh, this looks like this, I look at. People don't care. People really just appreciate good content. Easier said than done, but that's really what it is. And if it's emotional, cry and get to post it. You know, cry on the outside. Don't come crying on camera. If you want to be vulnerable and share what those things are, people appreciate that too if you're that type of creator. But take the time for yourself, get, you know, your confidence back, and come back at your own time, and come back when you're ready to be consistent, when you're ready to be present, and when you're ready to do the things people enjoyed about you. But take the time, get to the root of what it is, and then come back harder. I think that's it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please be sure to submit your questions for Ask Thembi. You can find the link in my bio on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all the places. Or if you just want to hear my opinion or my take on something, send the questions in, okay? I'll put the info below here, but you can find it on all my socials. Appreciate you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Until next time.
How about that?